we're going to assume that the plug on the pump under the house is unplugged, so we can go ahead and put the fuse in the lower right hand corner of the fuse block area, so we'll have electric power available when we go to the underneath of the house. That means that we'll have a light down there to see what we're doing, which is important. So now we're going down there. This is the spring opening procedure to turn on the water up in the mountains. And we're now entering under the house to start turning on the pump and so forth, and turning the various valves to make everything work in the right order, which I'll explain as we go along. First,
hold. Go.
First, notice we have the light from having turned on the fuse in the upstairs fuse block. And we now proceed to flush out the pump. This is the...
Show me what the pump is.
This is the pump.
Okay.
We're going to flush out the vodka that's now in it, so that we can eventually get the water flowing through there. Okay? Now, and we don't want the water to go in the reservoir tank or over in the hot water, and that's why this valve, this yellow valve, is blocked so that it can't get over there. So anything we can flush out right now will come out this valve, which has got to be open. So if we turn in the main water valve over here, the gate valve from the water supply, when we turn it on, it's going to flush through that and push out a lot of the vodka. And so we're going to do that now. Is that clear enough?
Tell me what first step. Step one. Say step one.
Okay. Step one, turn the valve to flush out the vodka, whereas the other valve is closed, so it'll block going
Keep it
in.
as simple as possible.
And it'll flush out in the floor of the basement.
More. Okay, so step one is this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
See the water? Now that's going through the pump and flushing out the vodka. And we can flush out a little up through here, the top too. You can smell the vodka, I trust.
Yep.
That's enough, I think. At least there won't be enough in the water to matter. Now we're going to close the valves. The one at the top, the pump right there, and this valve, close them.
Close them both, right? Okay.
Now,
How long should we let this run for? Like a few minutes?
just a few minutes, like I did.
Okay.
And now, before we go any further, we have to close the valve on the.
So next step. Say next step.
Yeah. Next step, close the valve on the hot water tank too. So this is with the screwdriver. It fits into the keyed top of this, like a valve handle. See it? I'll put the light on it. Right there, I turn it and tighten it.
We're tightening it. We're making it tighter. We're turning clockwise.
Turning it clockwise.
Right.
Like when you tighten the faucet,
Gotcha.
turn off the faucet. It turns it off so no more water, so the water won't flow out of the hot water tank. Now, we're ready to plug in the pump so that we can, now it will automatically come on when I plug it in, so I got to think about, is there anything else we really have to do? And I think there isn't, because if the pump works, it will, wait, where is it? End here, let's come over here somehow. This plug goes over to the pump, and it's got a plug in right up here in an awkward place above this pipe.
Gotcha. So next step is plug it in.
Yeah, and if I get it plugged in correctly,
We'll be in business.
It'll automatically.
Sounds good. Or is that not good?
That wasn't good. Something's wrong. What's wrong? What do you think?
I'm gonna stop filming. So
I
explain
made-
what happened.
I made
Wait,
the
wait, wait. Okay, what happened?
I made the mistake of not opening the yellow handle to let the water come on through.
Okay.
Once I had tightened the valve on the hot water tank, I needed to have opened this.
Okay. That should fix the problem, right?
That should fix it.
What step? By the way, what step should we have done that? Where did you go wrong? What step should we have done?
Right after, before I plugged this in,
So that should have been the next step
Yeah.
before you plug that in.
to,
Okay.
to open that.
Okay. Gotcha. This is open. That's open, right? That
It
sounds better.
sounds more like it.
Now, are we theoretically done at this point?
Theoretically, we're about done. Except that we're going to be sure that everything looks tight.
And how do we do that?
Well, you look around and see if anything's
Leaking.
dripping or leaking. It looks like to me there's two. See this plug valve?
Mm-hmm.
That's one you got to look at. And there's one over here on the other side underneath here. But neither one of them appear to be dripping.
That's good. Okay.
So probably we're all right.
Okay. I'm gonna stop filming. 2, 1, go.
This is what the pump should sound like when it's working normally. And the other thing down here before we leave, if you should look around or hear, see if you hear any water running, like there's a major leak. We don't hear anything running, I think, like a major leak. So right now we'll assume there isn't. Later on we might want to re-examine if any leaks, but right now we'll go back up. And throughout the house we have to go and close all the faucets in the bathrooms and the bar upstairs and the kitchen and the bathroom and bar upstairs.
2, 1, go.
Last step, back at the fuse box. Notice when you plug in this heavier fuse set, there's two sides to it. If you turn it over, you won't get contact. You have to be sure and plug it in upright like that to get contact. And you have to kind of pound it in to be sure it makes good contact. It doesn't screw in it.
And that's it.
Yep.